Hey, I have a kind of a scary, weird, quick story. When you bicycle and you travel, even if you just travel and you go visit people you haven't seen in a while, and who knows what they've been through since you've seen them or whatnot. But if you're moving around and visiting people, usually it's pretty cool. You have a good time, but there's always something weird that happens. And so I want to talk about this one that scared the living daylights out of me. And I'm on a bike trip. I'm actually going to leave. I flew up to Anchorage, and I want to bike from Anchorage up to Denali, and that's where I worked. And I didn't do it every year, but I did it a lot. And so this year I'm excited, and I got a friend that lives in Anchorage, and he's going to pick me up at the airport. And he plays in a band. He's a drummer, and I've known him for years and years. I just hadn't seen him in, I think it was 2 years. And he has a new girlfriend and stuff, and a roommate. And he said life was going good for him. And hey, I'll pick you up at the airport. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And I fly in, and it's like, it's 9 in the morning. I got one of those red eye flights. End up there in the morning, and he shows up like he always did. He's really good about showing up, and then he goes, hey, I gotta stop. I played a gig last night, and I gotta stop at my buddy's house and get my cymbals. He grabbed the cymbals and took them to his house, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay the night in Anchorage, and I'm not in a hurry, and just getting ready. I'm gonna stay at their house, get the bike ready. So he goes, all right, we gotta run over here, we gotta run over there. So we run over to his buddy's house, which is kind of a crappy part of Anchorage, Alaska. It's okay, but there's some really bad parts of town. I mean, a lot of them, surprisingly enough. Anyway, so he pulls in this driveway, and he's going to run in. He goes, come on in with me. And I go, no, go in. I don't like going in people's houses. If we're just going to stop there and grab something, I don't really want to go in. He's like, no, I might be here a minute. Come on, dude, come on. And he's real convincing. And great guy. He's really good at convincing. It's all good. So we go up there and knock on the door. Guy lets us in. He's all kind of sketchy, and I guess and it was a big party the night before, so maybe he was just tired. And so my friend says, hey, I need to get my cymbals, bro. And all right, come on in, and I go into, and I'm standing there by the door, and my friend and him, they just disappear into this bedroom, like they're going to get the cymbals or something, and they're just in there for the longest time. And I'm like, finally, I'm going, what the hell are you guys doing? And so I'm just, there's a big picture. There were upstairs apartments, and we're the first apartment up the stairs, and then it continues on. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I just go outside and wait. But I didn't, because as soon as I looked out the window and down in the driveway where we were parked, there was a cop car right behind us. Like, even if I was sitting there if I'd have stayed out in the car, there'd be a cop car behind me. And it's a big apartment building in a shitty part of town. So I'm like, yeah, I wonder what's going on here, And so I'm looking out the window, and they're kind of standing around out there, and then they kind of start to come like they're going to come up the stairs. And I'm like, oh shit, these guys are in the bedroom, won't come out, and the cops are coming up the stairs. And so I'm yelling for the guys. I'm like, hey, you guys, cops are here. You guys, you have policemen here. And the guy doesn't open the door. And he yelled something. And then so I hear the footsteps coming up the stairs. And I'm like melting down. Guilty by association, whatever these guys are doing. And then as I look at the door and the window, they walk right by. And they go down to this other apartment and knock on the door down there. Hey! And they were after someone else. And my friend and his friend came out of the bedroom. They're like, what's going on? I go, well, there's cops out here. And they just walked by your door. And they're like, oh. So I never knew what they were doing in there, and I really don't want to know. I'm just glad the cops didn't knock on the door and come in there when I would have been. So the tip here is, when you go somewhere and you go visit someone, check it out first. Make sure everything's, if you can. People won't tell you, oh, I'm in trouble, or I'm mixed up in something bad or something like that. But feel it out the best you can, and always be prepared, you know. And don't go in anyone's house. I know I'll get comments like, "Why'd you go in there? You should have stayed in the car," you know. If you would have been there, you would have understood a little better. But anyway, you're right. I shouldn't have went in there. I should have stayed down in the car. But that looks sketchy too when you wait in a car. So anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And we got some bike stuff coming up today.